Yeah, all right. I see that it finally caught up on my end on my
Sorry about
YouTube,
that. I
but
don't know what happened just then. When
I
you
think
got
we
right
got the
up behind
driver
me and
chat
pulled
on,
out, it's like
so
it
I'm going to
lifted
have
my
to go
nose.
in and knock our overlays down for just a second and change that because we probably don't need to hear that the whole race, so we're going to go ahead and jump in there and do that real quick. So just a quick setting, and we'll get everything
Gotta
reset
wait for everyone
back
else on
up.
her. That's how you do a pit stop cycle, I guess.
All right, so that's going to cancel the driver chat right there, and we just need to reload our overlays for you. And then I think we're going to be good to go here tonight. And I need to jump over in their Discord. I'm on the wrong Discord as well, so. Just taking a second to get all the overlays sorted back out again. I had it and I lost it to do some settings changes, but we're done and we're ready to go here at Talladega tonight. You got to be excited. Race number 8 in the championship here at American Sim Racing League and the Kitty Cat Coin Elite Series. Let me change my Discord channel too. All right, so we're in the booth over here now with the American Sim Racing League and joined up with it on Discord, getting everything set up and ready to go here tonight. We'll see if we can get the camera to come up. We see a couple of cars on the track maybe. There we go. We got some cars out there drafted now, so that looks familiar. Fire up our cameras. See what kind of cameras we got here tonight at Talladega. It's actually today for them, tonight for me. Not that the time difference, just the time of the session. No lights around Talladega Super Speedway, so there won't be no night racing here. We'll put the top 10 right there on the left-hand side. That's going to be practice times. We got 1 minute and 42 seconds of practice left over here tonight. Make sure, yep, my mic is hot. Hopefully you can hear the cars going around the track as well. Again, I'm Vern Bradley in the booth tonight with the WFO Racing Network on YouTube. Make sure you give us a like, share the stream. Give the American Sim Racing League some support over here with the Elite Series. You see these cars are going to come down the pit road. About 1 minute left in practice right now, so about 1 minute left. Make sure my mic is all straightened out, pointed the right way. Let's change this. There we go. Taking a look at pit road as all the drivers are bringing it in there. About 40 seconds away from qualifying, I would assume. As we should be in practice right now. So we're going to take a look at some point standings and different things while we're here. Let's go to the playoffs real quick on the website. And I do have a link for that, I think, in the description there. It's like Johnny Avila might be the points leader coming into here. Adam Matt second. Steve Yinish sitting in third, and Dwayne Hunt looks like the fourth driver right there. And then the four's the cutoff. I'm not sure if we've hit that. I have to look at the schedule, and you'll have to pardon me for that. I'll talk to some of the some of the guys here later on, but we're at race number 8, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think we got a couple of weeks left in the series here. So, and that would be after this week. And we can see that with the schedule. So we're at Talladega today. Next week we'll be at Homestead, and then the championship at Phoenix. So probably 2 more races, if I had to guess, before the next cutoff, where they get down to the final 4 to head into Phoenix would be my assumption on that. And there's Jessica. I haven't seen you in a long time. Not since I broadcast before for another league that Todd was racing in. So welcome back, Jessica. And there's going to be a lot of familiar drivers for me. Some of the drivers are not going to be familiar, so I'm going to have to get used to them and the names, and got to go down that road again, but we'll get it figured out. And we're pacing out there, it says. So we're going to get on track with that. Maybe that was group qualifying I was watching. I'm not 110% sure there, but the drivers are pacing, so we're going to be getting ready to go racing here at Talladega for 94 laps. In the Kitty Cat Coin Elite Series here at American Sim Racing League. So grab a seat. Well, you might want to grab a drink, grab a seat, get comfortable. And we're going to have fun for 94 laps right here. We know we got 4 drivers fighting to get into a that final 4, at least over the next couple of weeks. And we got a few drivers outside looking in. Jeff Yuna should be one of those. Hunter Waters, Justin Gann, another name I'm familiar with, and Taylor Seville. So those guys are looking to have a great run here at Talladega. Those top 4 I mentioned earlier, well, they're probably looking to just hold strong. Good finishes here on the plate track. You know, kind of an unknown for some of these drivers, but definitely a place that can put you up in points or it can bring you down. And we don't want to see that for anybody. What do we got? Bunnell for the win. I'll have to look at the first name on that through the list. I got to get used to the names, so you guys and gals will have to bear with me. And we're getting ready for a green flag here. Pace car's in. And we're green flag and racing at Talladega with the American Sim Racing League's Kitty Cat Coin Elite Series here. So I have to get used to all the names as the drivers get filed out, and I didn't even get into the starting grid there. I had the top 10 loaded on the left. So I'll try to bring those drivers up when I do it through the field. That way you can see where your favorite driver's at. But your leader right now is going to be Johnny Avila in the 63. Dwayne Hunt back there in second in the 19. And we'll get a closer look here, too. Zoom it in a little bit so you can get a closer look at the 2x2 action when you get around 4th place back there. Those guys lined up 2x2 racing. The top 3 breaking out. So you got Avila, Hunt, Bromer. Those guys have all broke out. You got Seville, Matz, Baldwin, Waters, Polking. Heck, not just the rest of the top 10, but the rest of the field, 2x2, fighting it out all the way to the back row. Good field of cars here tonight at Talladega. Now it's a 2-car breakout. Third back is contested, 2x2 racing. We've been clean for the first 2 laps right here. Drivers doing a good job. Cars look real stable. Now it's 2x2 all the way to the front with the outside line looking for the lead. 9 car, Adam Matz going to the front right here on lap 3. Matz, so he has Baldwin, Glenn Baldwin right there working the high side now. Baldwin's going to try to take the top spot, and he does. He's going to steal the lead away from Matz, and Baldwin's going to lead that lap. But now Matz has a little bit of push, a little bit of help. I believe that might be the 19 of Dwayne Hunt behind him. Or the 63, rather, of Johnny Avila. So look at the bottom line getting all lined up there. Drafting going to push their way back up front. Matz, Avila, Hunt, Bromer, Jenkins, top 5 right there. And I don't think that's right. Well, it looks that way there, but the top 10 isn't seem to line up too good. I think it's just showing us their starting positions, actually. So that's it. Ignore what's on the left-hand side. I'm pretty sure that's where they started at. That's a better look at the top 5 right there. Matt's leading it, Avila second, Hunt third. Got Jenkins and Bromer, and now we got the outside line starting to get reformed right here. We'll get back there a little bit where that's happening. It's going to be around 5th place. You see the 33 coming into the picture. That's Glenn Baldwin. Now almost 3 wide, and we still might get it. The 55 looking high right there. Thought he was going to take advantage of it. It looked like he might get a run there on the – whoa, real close, 55 and 7. A little bit of a moment right there, but I don't think they made any contact. No harm, no foul. We're going to stay green flag on lap 5. Good-looking field of cars out here. Really nice paint jobs on some of these rides. Heck, most of them, actually. Really liking the look on that 72 machine. Jerry Cochran right there. Another name and driver I'm familiar with. Going to go back and find a couple more drivers. 21's going to be Todd Cray. Driving a Haviland car right here. So we're going to get Todd Cray up here. That 93 car is going to be Patrick DeSaulnier. Kind of a green and purple. That's the Kitty Cat coin paint job right there. Yeah, that 96 is a sharp car. Take a look at Bunnell's ride right there. Good-looking car. We're going to give him some, we'll give him some screen time right here, Mark. How's that? Does that say VIP on it? So got a VIP paint job going on there. That 80 car looking good behind him right there. I believe that's the 80. Yeah, that's going to be Rafael Rodriguez in the 80 car right there. Green and black and yellow machine. Outside line right now. Behind the 96, in front of that 30. And you know it's Talladega, so my timing and scoring never wants to keep up. Yeah, we'll give the sponsor some, we'll give not just the driver, but we'll give the sponsor some camera time. Trying to give all the sponsors camera time. We're going to go back up to the front on that 9 car, Adam Matz. Matz started off strong. He's still up there. He took the lead the hard way on the outside, hanging on to it. 63 car, Johnny a Villa right behind him. Then you got Dwayne Hunt's 19 back there in third. And I am having a little trouble with my timing and scoring, so I'm going to restart that. Likes to mix up my running order sometimes, so we'll fix it. 33 singular wireless car right there. That's Mark Jenkins. Running fourth. Whoa, Jenkins moving around a little bit. Kyle Bromer right behind him in the 90, and then we got some 2x2 starting to break out back around the fifth spot. You see that 21? That's Todd Cray working his way up through the field. So Cray doing what he can to get a few spots right here. Oh, we got a wreck up in front of him. We have to find out exactly the car number on that one. There we go. Not sure what happened here, but we're going to take it back for you with an instant replay, and we're going to find out what happened. And that right there is what happened. So you got a few cars tied up in it right here. 33, it looked like maybe the 19. Possibly with a little damage. We'll have to back it up one more time to see that. Yeah, absolutely. So you see the 19 going around now. A couple other cars getting collected. So lap 10, caution flag number 1. I'm not sure. If you ask me about fast repairs or anything, I'm not 100% sure. That's stuff that I didn't ask ahead of time. So, oh, he's got heavy right front damage. Looking at the 19 car right here, Dwayne Hunt caught up in that incident. So, you see that right front wheel not turning. It's going to have to take that to the attention of the crew for sure. And we're going to get back to live here. Adam Matz right there in the 9, still at the front of the field. We're once again under caution flag number 1 on lap 10. So we'll let all these drivers get it sorted out. I'm pretty sure every one of them are going to want to come down to the attention of their crews. Maybe tires, maybe no tires, maybe a couple tires, but definitely fuel. Fuel is something we need here. Tires, not so much. I'm not sure on the Cup car. I know on a lot of the other cars that tires don't seem to be the most important factor. So, Cup car, it might be different. Some of the drivers driving these things could tell me. See all the cars getting off pit road right now. Zooming back through the field a little bit, and it looks like the 9 car. He's not going to have any problem getting out there ahead of that field, that's for sure. I definitely want to thank everybody for tuning in so far that's tuned in. Definitely put your favorite driver in the chat. Don't forget to do that while you're here. You put the driver in the chat, and I'll make sure the camera finds the driver on the racetrack. How's that? That's our deal. You give me a driver to point out, and we'll make sure that that driver gets his 5 minutes of fame right there. Maybe more, who knows? Mark's in. We'll get a close-up of this 96 car right here for you, Mark. VIP tires and service on that Chevrolet Camaro. Thanks. That's DeSalinier behind him. The Kitty Cat Coin, sponsor of the Elite Series here. So we're going to take a look at the number 80 car. Rafael Rodriguez. Paint job we've seen before. Really good looking machine. I don't know what it is, but I like that green and black. The green wheels on it just kind of make it stand out a little bit better. And we're not going to take a break on some of these commercials. We'll keep the broadcast going, keep chatting up here. I'm a lone wolf up in the booth tonight. No help up here, so I'm going to solo this one, which is no problem. Next week, though, I have a little bit of help in the booth. Hey, Garrison, how you doing, buddy? Doing something a little different for me tonight over here with the American SimRacing League. This is their Kitty Cat Coin Elite Series, round number 8 of their chase for a championship. So I'm happy the guys over here at American SimRacing League asked me to come over and broadcast for them on Sunday nights here. Think it's going to be a lot of fun. Honored to be in the booth here, to be honest with you. And we're going to make it a lot of fun. Not just me, but the drivers and everybody in the stream, watching the stream here tonight. So we're 2x2 right now. We're going to get ready for a restart. "66 automotive shops in Vermont, New Hampshire, Massachusetts, and Maine." That is awesome, Mark. Definitely welcome to the WFO Racing Network here on YouTube. And, man, I'm glad I could bring the stream on for you. And good-looking paint job. Good to see you supporting a driver right here on iRacing. That's awesome. So we're 2x2 right now. See the size of the field here tonight. Pretty decent size field, actually. A little closer view. We're going to wait for that pace car to make that left-hand turn. He's going to head towards pit road. And we're going to get back to racing. That's what we come here to watch, and that's what we're going to get back to. There goes the pace car. Marat's the leader. Matz is the leader, I'm sorry. Bromer second, Cochran third, Cray fourth. And Yinish is back in fifth. I'm sure they're going to wait for it to go green up here, so we'll have to hang on and see. But you don't want to get too big of a jump at Talladega or Daytona. There we go. Back to green flag racing. Lap 13 right here at Talladega with the Kitty Cat Coin Elite Series. Thank you, Mark. I try to keep the audio tuned in just right. I got it. I think I got the broadcast started about 5 minutes late tonight, and I wasn't real sure when they kicked off, but they're pretty sharp. When they say 8:30, I mean, pretty much 8:30 on the dot, so I did miss the starting grid. But I will get it through the field to take a look at all the drivers. This restart, though, we're watching a battle up there. 9-car Mats, that's 72. He was all over the back of him, giving him a push. But now you look at Hunter Waters there in the 7th. And Hunter's going to get a little bit better push, and he might go to the lead right here. No problem, Judy. Welcome to the stream here tonight. Yeah, look at the push on the outside. Hunter Waters. That 7 car going to the front of the field. He's going to take the guy that was pushing him with him. We'll have to see what number that car is. Well, he's no stranger. He started up front. That's Avila right there, Johnny Avila in the 63 car. These names, if I butcher them, I'm sure the driver, he's going to correct me later. I can't get them all right. But once they correct me and tell me how to pronounce it, I won't get it wrong again. That's my promise to you. So Mats is going to go back to 3rd right now. You got that second line still trying to build up. That's Yinish right there, Jeff Yinish in the 89 car. Getting help from Bromer in the 90 car, Kyle Bromer to be exact. Get a broader look there. You'll see a breakout group up here. I think we're split into two different groups right now. Got about 14 cars in the first group. That second group back there. Let's see where they're at. Here's the second group. I believe they're being led by the 11 car of Tyler Seville, and he's going to be scored in the 11th position here. And then we got one lone wolf, kind of like me up in the booth. Yes, this is the 2022 cars. iRacing tries to stay pretty current with this Cup car here because they do the eNASCAR Coca-Cola Series, which is the pro drivers. And those are owned by mostly real-life Cup teams. So they try to keep this updated pretty good. There's our lone wolf. I wanted to get back there. It's going to be the 84 here of Cody Blackmore. So he's going to be the lone wolf back here. No drafting help, which is not good on these plate tracks. You want to definitely have a drafting partner, but he doesn't have one. So let's get back up to the front of the field. The lead right now, Hunter Waters. We've seen him take it. A little bit of strength on that outside, but a lot of help from Avila in the 63 car to get Hunter up to the lead, but they're hanging on to it. Matt's back there side by side for third in the 9 car. That 89, no. Yinish getting a strong push right here. He's going to pull up to the leader. What's he going to be able to do on the high side? Will he take the lead? We're going to find out down the back straightaway. It looks like he will. That's going to put Yinish in the lead. He may pull Bromer there with him. Yes, he actually, Todd Cray is the lead car on the outside now. Almost contact. Man, that was close. 21 car, 90 car, really, or 27 car, 90 car. Now the 21, he's got to look at the lead, and Todd Cray's going to take it. Give the 21 Todd Cray credit for leading that last lap. Made it work on the high side. And that's what it looks like if a guy will help you up there. It looks like the high side can take that momentum up to the lead. But Cray didn't take anyone with him, so he's going to recycle down to the bottom, and the high side's going to go after him. And it may be Yinish getting the lead back in the 27 car. So Cray had it momentarily. Yinish is going to take it back. He's going to go to the bottom, and that's going to put up the 90 car maybe? 30 car, Justin Gann. So that makes me wonder, where did Gann come from? Justin Gann coming out of nowhere, and he's going to lose it back to the 7-car Hunter Waters. So we got cars just rotating for the lead. We're going to try to do it through the field here on lap 20. I don't think it's going to work well because the position swap back and forth here at the plate track so frequently. But what do you say we start with the first place driver? And we go on board with some of these drivers right here. I think that'd be pretty awesome. That's what it looks like from the best seat in the house right now. This is Hunter Hayes, the leader in the 7 car. So Hunter currently with the best seat in the house because there's not a car in front of him. You got to like that kind of setup for sure. See what it's like. Looks pretty simple, right? Makes you want to go get an iRacing subscription, a racing rig, and come out here and join these guys on Sunday night. All right, now this is what it looks like to sit in second place. You're on board with the 63 of Johnny Avila. And it's pretty cool. iRacing has the driver's name sticker up there. If you look above where I put it on the bottom right, you'll see what I mean. And that's what drafting's like. You just want to pull up on that guy's bumper, give him a shove, and that's how you get around these plate tracks faster. So let's go back one more. We're going to find Jesse Bunnell right here in the 96 car. And we know he's got a fan here. So we're on board with Jesse Bunnell in that 96 right now, third place. Driving his way up through the field a little bit too there, Mark. So your driver's definitely got the plate track figured out right now. Back behind the 96 car and looking up to it's going to be the fourth place driver. That's the 80, Rafael Rodriguez. Rodriguez, another one that worked his way through the field, finding himself up here in the top 5 on lap 22. And I'll tell you, when these laps, when they're green flag laps, they go pretty quickly around these big tracks. So we'll watch that number at the top. These laps start ticking away. For some of these drivers, that's valuable points to make it to that Final Four in a couple of weeks. Back to fifth place, you'll find Patrick DeSalinier in the 93 car. Driver I'm familiar with. Been one of the drivers I've had the opportunity to talk to before in interviews and stuff after races, and good to be hooked up with some of these guys again here on Sunday night. I'm doing the broadcast for him here at American SimRacing League in the Kitty Cat Coin Elite Series. Go back to sixth place. You're going to get on board with the 11 of Tyler Seville. And I think the sixth place just changed. He might have fell back to seventh because it looks like the 30 car of Justin Gann took sixth. So we'll back up to Gann next. I'm just kind of going down through the list here. We might get some on board with one of your favorite drivers. Now we're on board with the 30 of Justin Gann. And Gann is just sawing his way through here. Justin currently got himself up to the fourth position in that 30 car. Working real hard. I'll try to remember if we didn't get a driver, we'll go back through them as we go through. Todd Cray in the 21 car. Didn't get on board with Todd yet, but we are now. Todd sitting back here in the fifth spot. It's like that outside line's going to try to push another driver up there to the lead. And some of these paint jobs really sparkle. Looking out the windshield here of Cray's car on the back of, I believe that's Justin Gann. Seeing the ring around it there. Looks like it's green. But it may be gold if you look at the reflection on it. Might be kind of blinding Todd Cray here a little bit. Putting that sun in his eyes. I doubt it, though. So let's get on board with, how about we go on board with Kyle Bromer in the 90 car. So I don't believe we've been on board with Bromer yet. So we're going to get a look at what the 90 car sees back here in the seventh position. You see he's racing around the 30, the 93. A couple other drivers around him here. So we'll get on board now with the 27 of Steve Yenish. We've seen Yenish get up to the front, but I believe we got two Yenish in the race tonight, two of them. We've got Steve and Jeff, in fact. And if I had to guess, I would say maybe brothers. I've never talked to them, so I don't know 110% sure, but that would be my guess. P5 or better gets them in the dollars, Mark says. And that would be the 96 car. All right, so on board with the 27. Well, let's get on board now with the 89. This is going to be Jeff Yenish driving the 89 car. Jeff currently sitting in the 9th position. You see two distinct lines right here. You got a line of cars down on the bottom, one line on the top here. And you can hear these guys when we start getting back in the field. They're not wide open all the time. You're running around here maybe three-quarter throttle, half throttle sometimes, just to stay out of the guy in front of you because that draft pulls you up so quickly. All right, Adam Matz in the 9 car. This is one of the cars we've seen out front for quite a while early on. On board with the driver of the 9 car now, Adam Matz. He's looking back from about the 11th position up to the front of the field. Matt's having a pretty solid run here. Jerry Cochran III, driver of the 72 car, running 11th right here, on board with him. We got the top 10 on the left-hand side, so you see where your favorite driver, if they're in the top 10, where they're running right here. Looks like Gann's got the lead up there now. We're on board again with the 72 of Jerry Cochran. We're going to roll back here to the 46 car. Oh, we got a wreck. 2 cars up there, 21 involved in it. And I needed that to know which car we need to look at on a replay. So let's figure out what happened right here. Take that in-car off. Oh, looks like the 93 car caught up in it as well. Ooh, quite a few cars actually. So let's take a look and see what started this thing. Oh, right at the front of the field, too. That's going to collect almost everyone on that outside line. Somebody getting a little piece of it. 21 of Cray caught up in it. 93 caught up in it. So pretty big wreck right here on lap 29. Wasn't really expecting that doing the through the field right there. But when do we ever expect the wrecks, right? We don't. I don't anyway. Some of you guys and gals might, but I don't sit here and do that. Some tracks, though, I'm not going to lie. There's some of them, some of them 1.5 miles. Especially if you want to see a good finish, you'll be like, caution, caution, come on, caution. That's just being greedy as a broadcaster wanting a good finish. We're not going to do that here tonight, though. Not with the American SimRacing League. In the Kitty Cat Coin Elite Series right here, this is the top series when you're in the Cup car. It's like the top of the hill. The best on iRacing in the Cup cars right here. Gann leading it in the 30. Avila. Matz in the 9. I think Avila might have pitted. So you got Gann, Matz, Hunter Waters there. 80 car, Rafael Rodriguez. See him up there, Jerry Cochran, 72. The driver we just jumped on board with, that's going to be Ray Polking in the 46 car. So caution flag, number 2 right here. Pit stops going on. Again, maybe not tires, definitely fuel. We're lap 30, so that's going to mean we got 64 laps to go. And we will pace around here for 2 or 3 laps. Yeah, Mark, I'm not sure how the Dash for Cash works here. I didn't get none of that explained to me. I'm not saying I come here completely blind, but I should have definitely studied a little harder. So drivers start the round with accumulated playoff points. 4 total drivers will advance to the championship race at Phoenix. A win automatically earns a spot, and remaining spots will be assigned by points. Additional playoff points will not be awarded in a round of 8. So that's how that works. I'm going to look at some statistics here. Steve Yenish, 5 wins this season, it looks like. Looking at some stats. So Yenish, definitely a fast driver. Avila, a couple of wins. Matz, racking up a couple wins. Justin Gann right there, win this season. Jesse Bunnell, driver of the 96 car, winning this season. The 7 car, Hunter Waters, getting a win. Jeff Yenish, also getting a win this season. So we got a couple drivers there with a couple of wins. But that driver up there, Steve Yenish, 5 wins this season. So he's definitely going to be a stout one here. One to keep an eye on for sure. So that's taking us to our stats page. Driver championships, I think that might be, heck, I guess it could be this season champions, maybe even past. I'm just reading some information that I may not know. Educating myself more. Want to learn all that I can, obviously. Certainly if I'm going to finish out this season and maybe possibly go into next season, then I need to know what I'm doing here. For the most part, I got it figured out. I'm no stranger to the broadcast booth here on iRacing. Been at this for quite a while. Definitely my first night here with the American SimRacing League, and I am honored to be here. They are 2x2 on the racetrack right now, but the pace car, well, he's getting ready to make that left-hand turn. And we're going to wait for that green flag to drop, and we're going to get back to racing right here at Talladega Super Speedway, lap 31. Be 32 once they cross that line up there, though, after the restart. And they're going to do that pretty quickly, because here we go. We're back to green flag racing at Talladega with the American SimRacing League's Kitty Cat Coin Elite Series. So don't forget to buckle your belts tight there. We're third of the way in, so things can start getting really interesting. We've seen a couple of wrecks, a couple of caution flags affect some drivers, so these guys are right back to going at it again up front. We're going to get your top 10 up there. Matt's in the 9, retaking the top spot. That might be Rafael Rodriguez there in the 80 car on the bottom. Looked like he was getting a little bit of help from Justin Gann in the 30. We'll get a closer look to see exactly what cars are up there. There's a 46 car, 30, 11 car, Tyler Seville. Seville in that 11 car on the outside back here. Top 5 right now. Lined up side by side for 6th, though. I think that 80 car, Rodriguez, needs a little bit of help from that 30 to be able to get up there with those guys. Top 2, Polking, 46 car, 9 car, Matz. They're going to take the lead over here. Well, they had taken it over, but they're going to move down to the bottom. But look at that. The 80 car said, I don't want no part of it. He's going to go to the top side of the track and try to reclaim that top spot here momentarily. And when I say momentarily, I mean that. You might have 3 or 4 different leaders per lap at the plate tracks like Talladega and Daytona. But just remember, on lap 94, we can only have one winner. You might have several different leaders per lap, but there's only going to be one winner when this thing's over. So we're in the round of 8 at Talladega Speedway with the Kitty Cat Coin Elite Series. You got the 9 of Matt's, the 80 of Rodriguez, 11 of Seville, 46 of Polke. Justin Gann's 30 car right there in the picture. Richard Fletcher back in the 43. Hunter Waters, Jeff Yenish, Jerry Cochran, Johnny Avila. That's going to be your top 10 right here. Avila. I'm going to guess that it's Avila. That's going to be my final guess on his name here. So Johnny Avila right there in the 63 car. And if he watches a broadcast, when he talks to me, he'll correct me. I promise you that. Drivers are not shy. I wouldn't be either. Somebody's mispronouncing my name, so. Let's take a look and find some of the drivers that were caught up in that incident. You see Cray with quite a bit of damage on pit road here. That's the 21 car at the attention of his crew. And the other car that's 9 laps down behind Cray, everybody's on the lead lap except for these 2 cars, by the way. The other one's going to be Dwayne Hunt right here in the 19 car. So the 19 car Hunt, a little bit, he's 9 laps down, and then you got, of course, Todd Cray on pit road. He's 8 laps down right now. Meanwhile, back up front, side by side for the lead, you'll see the 9 car Adam Matz, and his outside's going to be that 80 car Rafael Rodriguez. A little bit wider view right here. Show you a little bit outside the outside those top 2, 4, 6 cars. That way you know where your favorite driver is running, and I'll try to I'll pay attention to where your drivers are at, and I'll move the camera back and forth to there. So we're going to find a 96 right now. He's going to be back here in the 15th position. So this is going to be the second group of cars, or your second pack, as they would say. You got your top pack up front, your second pack back here. Little bit of side-by-side action back here in the second pack, and I don't know if that's benefiting them to catch those guys in front, or if these drivers need to line up nose to tail to try to make something happen here to move up to catch that lead pack a little bit quicker. Working lap 37 of 94. Got to thank my partner in crime, the other half of the Village Idiots, if you look at it at the top left-hand corner, Nation 01, we call them, for getting these overlays out to me tonight and doing them in a pinch, literally. I got with him, and he got me the overlays for the broadcast in a pinch, and I think they look pretty good, so thank you, buddy. We got this second pack lined up now, nose to tail. We'll see if they can make up any time. When I say make up time, they need to make up 2.2 seconds to catch the lead pack up here. And back up front now, the leader's being scored as the 80 car. We got a car sideways and maybe 1-2 sideways, and not sure who got caught on the bottom there. It might have been Yenish. No? One of them got caught on the bottom and slowed down, and I couldn't quite see who it was. Yeah, we got some drivers we ain't done it through the field with either. Some of the guys even running up in the top 12 here. Cody Williams driving a 12 car. So there's the 12 car right in the middle of the pack right here. Haven't had a chance to talk about Cody yet. Familiar with this driver. Another one's going to be the 30 car rider, 31 car, the Wrangler machine. That's going to be Richard Holland. These are a couple of guys I know that are pretty fast, so we'll believe it might be their first night here with the American Sim Racing League in the Kitty Cat Coin Elite Series. So, welcome to those drivers. But we got to get up front. What happened to the 80? He got shuffled back to 4th or 5th right here. 11 car. Tyler Seville flexing a little muscle. But Adam Matz in that 9 back on the outside looking for the lead. Side by side. Almost at the line. Matz going to lead the lap. Seville getting a little help from that 7, Hunter Waters. No matter. Matz is going to take it over, and he's going to bring the 30 car, Justin Gann, right with him. So Matz and Gann, your top 2. Patrick DeSalinier making it back to 3rd in the 93 car. Couple of similar paint schemes there. Maybe team drivers right here in 2nd and 3rd. So 2nd and 3rd team drivers with the 30 and 93, it looks like. 2 Kitty Cat Coin sponsored cars there. And yeah, I got the 96 was sponsored earlier. We'll take another look at that paint scheme. Because we have the driver of the 96 car sponsor in here. Ain't that right, Mark? That car sponsored by a real-life sponsor, too. It's awesome to see that. Company in real life standing behind their iRacing driver. Much appreciated for sure. There's the 12 and 49. Just kind of going through the field here a little bit. It's going to be the 9th place gear wrench car right there. 12th car, Cody Williams. 46-0, Ray Polking. We've seen Polking up towards the front earlier. He's back here, and I believe this pack might be a little bit off the first pack, too. Oh, let's see here. Polking is... Cody's about 2 seconds off the first pack up there. That's being led by the 11 now, Tyler Seville. Tyler's going to have Adam Matz in the 9 car behind him. Jeff Yanish in the 89 is going to move up to 3rd. He's got that car on the high side, and he's got maybe Hunter Waters' number 7 car behind him. Gann working on the bottom. Gann's got the 80 car. Rafael Rodriguez working a back bumper here. Top 2 cars trying to break away, but I don't think they're going to get very far. They can try to break away. I just don't think they're getting very far. Those guys will line up behind them and say, wait a minute, here we go, I'm going to reel you in, come back to me, and they did. The worst part, though, is they draft up there and get a run, and you see them working the high side right here, but look at the 2 in the front. Matz and Seville, they're going to link back up there, and they're going to pull away a little bit. I think we might be seeing some 2-car tangos shaping up here. That's where 2 cars can get hooked up and just go faster than the rest of the field. And we're seeing the leaders hooking up pretty well up here. They're going to, looks like the 9 had to jump up out of line, and that was probably to cool that radiator down, I guess. And are we under caution? We may be. Guy's going to have to try to figure out why if we are. All right, let's try to back it up and see if we can find anything. Not entirely sure what caused the problem here. We had the field kind of separated out just a little bit. Field was kind of separated out when we come under caution, and I am searching for it and don't see it. Back it up one more time, maybe one more time. Watch these three. That's the weird part, is I didn't really see a problem anywhere on the track. You see the guys checking up, but might be stage break, actually. That might be why I don't see a problem. Lap 47, that possibly what it could be. I'm pretty sure I was told there would be a break. And that could very well be what's going on right here. Lap 47, be about the halfway point, I would say. There's Matz coming around right here. 9 car. Adam Matz, that is your leader. Going to catch up to the pace car and get slowed down right here. I don't know. One of the admins or someone, excuse me, that knows better could probably tell me, but I didn't see anything happen there to bring out a caution, so I'd almost bet that it's a scheduled break right here. Got cars coming down the pit road. And watch them come in the pit road right here. You can see them in their pit stall. Pretty much all the drivers going to take advantage of this caution flag once again. See the race off pit road. All these guys getting service, whether it be tires and fuel or fuel only, or all right, so getting back up to the pace car, Jeff Yenish in the 89 car is going to assume the lead off of pit road right here. So 89 of Jeff Yenish going to the front. Got the 11 of Tyler Seville back in second. Okay, let me see. Avila, got it. Thank you, Mark. So that's Johnny Avila. Johnny driving the 63 car tonight. Some of them I have to glance over, look at the name, and see the car number next to it. Some of the drivers I do know, and I know what their car numbers usually are. And it's from knowing them in the past, obviously. Some of the guys I broadcast for in other leagues, too, so. And some of the guys I broadcasted in leagues they raced in the past. So I'll know those guys, but some of the new guys here, I got to get used to the names, number one, and then be able to tie the name with a car number. And it makes it quicker for me to react to a driver. So if someone types in like 21 car, then I would know, hey, that's Todd Cray, and I would know right where they were at. 30 car, yeah, that's Justin Gannon, and I could click on them and know right where they are. But if it's a driver I haven't broadcast or commentated a broadcast with, then going to be a little bit slower because I got to look them up. And it's, of course, the pronouncing the name's a little bit off. That's the other problem when you don't know 'em. But we got that one straightened out. Usually the driver will tell me, but appreciate Mark helping me out there before I get the driver in the booth for an interview and then do it. Then it's more embarrassing, Mark. So thank you. You saved me from that tonight. All right, 2x2x2. All the way out the gate. We are lap 49 of 94. So halfway point right here at Talladega. With the American SimRacing League and the Kitty Cat Coin Elite Series. It's like the top drivers, the ASL League here. The Elite Series is the top. Only a couple caution flags to show us, and then a halfway point caution right here. It's going to give us a total of 3 cautions at Talladega so far. And we are halfway through the event. Cars are 2x2. Waiting for the pace car to make his left turn off the racing surface, and we're going to get back to green flag racing one more time. So pace car is officially off the racing surface now, and his drivers are 2x2. Pull the belts tight one more time because we're going to get ready for the green flag. Green flag's waving, and we're back to racing with the American SimRacing League. Sunday night right here in the Kitty Cat Coin Elite Series. Jeff Yinish in the 89, wasting no time. He's going to put it out front. He's going to have Tyler Seville back in the 11 car, the 80 car, Rafael Rodriguez. Johnny Avila in the 63. Patrick DeSalinaire right there in the 93 car. And anybody could get up in the top 5 for sure now because they're side by side from 4th back. You get back here where Avila's at, and they are side by side, buddy. '93, he's got company right there on the high side. That's going to be the 63 car. Johnny Avila in the 63. Oh, man, they scared me. That the 63 and the 93 got real close right there. I thought they were going to run right into each other. Jeff Yinish in the 89 still leading them around here. Tyler Seville in the 11 second. Third car, though, 80 car, Rafael Rodriguez having a great race here. You got Cody Williams sneaking in the 7th right now. Cody on the bottom side right there. I believe he might be just behind the 93. Woo! Outside line. Is that Yinish that moved up there? Yes, it was. 89 car, Jeff Yinish right there. Kind of abrupt move to get up to that high side. He wanted to get up there and hook up with that 63 car. Johnny Avila driving the 63, and it looked like the 89 just kind of wanted to get up there, and it worked out for him because 89 is going to hold the lead. And he thought about going up there once more, but outside line wasn't quite there. So looks like Jeff Yenish there might be working both sides a little bit. We'll have to wait and see when the outside line gets a run if the 89 bounces up there again. If you time it just right, it will definitely work for you. There's no doubt about that, but the 89's getting a heck of a push on the bottom right now, but now look at the high side. Ray Polking, 46 car. But it looks like the 89's going to switch to the bottom. He's going to keep the 63 on the bumper. And Yenish is going to lead the lap, so it worked. 46 ended up on the top side, and 89 went back to the bottom, and he takes the lead back. So whatever strategy Jeff Yenish is using is working right here midway point through the race. Now you see Polking getting a little bit of help on the top. Maybe Cochran behind him right there in the 72. Jerry Cochran III. And that's on the outside line, and it is. He's going to push that 46 car right back to the front. And they're going to clear that inside line, so those two cars will be able to move down or stay high, do whatever they want to do right here. You see that if a couple drivers get hooked up, they can move and go somewhere. So they're swapping positions just lap after lap. You don't know who the leader's going to be from one lap to the next, and that's the excitement of plate racing. We might go and find your favorite driver, and then you might see your favorite driver back in 15th or 16th, and 2 laps later they're in 3rd. If you see that, welcome to Talladega, is all I can tell you. That's what plate racing is. It's what plate racing does. I can remember as long as I've been on iRacing, the countless arguments about the plate racing, you know, Talladega and Daytona. And the one thing I can tell you is maybe staying in a draft isn't difficult, but there is definitely talent and strategy when it comes to being good at plate tracks, being able to run well consistently, and winning. But you also got to have a little bit of luck. So if you got all 3 of them working for you, then you could easily find yourself in victory lane at any given plate track, whether it be Daytona or Talladega. So 63 car going to the front. Johnny Avila, driver of the 63. Yenish on the high side, though. He's going to try to get a little help from that 93 car. High side of the racetrack. Jeff Yenish trying to go back to the front of the field. Field's 2x2 and 3 wide when you get back there a little bit, and I'm trying to see who that is up there on the top. That's the 7 car right there. Hunter Waters working the top side in a little bit of 3 wide action. So going back here about the midway point of the pack or so. 31 car, Richard Holland, that's the Wrangler machine. Black car up there on the high side. Rodriguez in the 80, right below him there. 12 car, Cody Williams. There's the 9. That's Matt's driving the 9 car. believe it's Adam Mats. Yep, got it right. I'm learning. We'll call it evolving. Evolving. That'll be a better word for it, I guess. And we'll see how much I can do that over the next 3 races or next 3 weeks. Really good racing right here. Lap 59. And I'll tell you, 59 laps into this thing, it's really been a clean race. Look at that 96 car. We'll get up there to the 96 one more time. He's running currently in the 4th position. So Jesse Bunnell in the 96 car. Having a great run here at Talladega. In the Kitty Cat Coin Elite Series at American Sim Racing League. I want to take a minute to thank everyone who's tuned into the broadcast. Make sure you give it a like while you're in here. And don't do it for the broadcast, do it for the drivers now. That's what all this is for, those drivers. The whole crew over here at American Sim Racing League and everybody that makes it happen. I'm just the guy with the honor of being in the broadcast booth, running the cameras, and bringing you the high-quality product that these drivers put on here at Talladega, which is racing. That's that's the simple answer. It's just racing. That's what you got to love about it, and if you're a fan of racing, then you've come to the right spot. Field looks really good. Johnny Avila, 63 car, leading it. Ray Polking in the 46 second. Jerry Cochran, the 3rd in the 72 car, back in 3rd. Justin Gann, 4th place. He's going to swap around with Cochran there. In 5th place, we're going to see the 93 of Patrick DeSalinier. I'm going to have to agree with you, Amanda. The 96 is definitely a sharp car. But there's some competing ones out there, too. You know, these guys got some pretty sharp paint jobs. I'll tell you when you can really see on paint is the night races, man. What do we got? Some 3 wide back there again? Now it's a little bit ahead of that. We're going to miss it, darn it. I could see the 3 wide a little bit out of the corner of my eye, and by the time I moved the camera back there, it was over with. But I'll tell you what, we got a car looking out there again, so. So all the cars are together, lap 63 here. Laps are winding down for sure. Look at DeSalinier working the top side, the 93 car, pushing on that, who's he got up in front of him? Is it the 30? It is. It's Gann. So Justin Gann back up to the front in the 30 car. Richard Holland, that black Wrangler 31 car on the high side, 3rd car back. Working his way up to the front. Definitely a driver I'm familiar with there. I've raced against him over 1 million laps over the years. I can tell you he's definitely he's certainly a tough competitor. So him and the 12 I've raced with a ton. I've broadcast them a ton. Some of these other guys I broadcast quite a bit to, like I was saying before. So 2 by 2, and that's most of the field right now. It might thin out when you get back here to Cody Williams in the 12. And then you got 2 cars in the very back of the run. That's going to be the 55 and the 43. So Richard Fletcher and Glenn Baldwin. Fletcher in the 43 and Baldwin in the 55. So they're kind of off the lead pack just a little bit, but we've seen that 2 cars can hook up and go fast. So we know that can happen. And Tyler Seville in the 11. Up front a lot of laps. We've seen him up there a lot of laps earlier. But now the 11 sitting back here in 15th place. Green flag pit stops are happening. So hang on now. Going to jump right there where the 96 car is. Since he's got a couple fans in here, we're going to watch his pit stop. These are green flag stops, so you want to make sure that you don't speed coming on the pit road. Nice and smooth getting in your stall. And I doubt you'll see any jacks go up in the air. Absolutely correct. 96 car. Great stop right here. He's going to come out right next to the 27. Ooh, real close right here. Talk about close quarters. Pit road exit. Close enough for us. So 96 is definitely going to have some help from that 27 car behind him. That's Steve Yenish right here. Those are 2 guys that can draft together, but they got Johnny Avila in the 63 car right behind them. So now you got 3 and possibly 4 as you see the 89 of Jeff Yenish. So there you go. That's what it's like for a driver to go through a green flag pit stop, and I'll tell you that's how you can make or break a race for sure. You enter pit road too fast, you're speeding. That's right. If you hit the grass, they'll call it an unsafe pit entry, and you'll get a penalty for that. You exit too fast, you're speeding off pit road. You get you a stop and go penalty. And all those could be detrimental to you in a race, especially if it goes green the rest of the way. So you want to make sure that you maximize, not only maximize your green flag pit stop, but maximize it without making mistakes. We've seen the 96 do that well. Probably some of the drivers up front. Oh, some of these guys haven't pitted. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 cars that haven't been to pit road yet. That's going to start with the 9 car Matz, Adam Matz. Ray Polking in the 46. Jerry Cochran the 3rd right here in the 72. These cars have not come to pit road yet. So they got about 21 laps, 22 laps on the stint right here. And we'll have to see how many laps they're going to stay out as we got 26 laps to go in the race. The round of 8 right here, or round 8. Whatever's in the description. I think I put round 8. So we'll go with whatever was in there. So we got drivers that haven't pitted. Like I said, that's your top 7, and we'll get back here to the first driver that did pit, and that'll be the 96 car of Jesse Bunnell. So Bunnell is pitted in the 96 car, and he is the first one to have hit pit road. He has the 27 of Steve Yenish on his bumper. The 63, Johnny Avila. And the 89 of Jeff Yenish. So 4 really fast race cars. Right in line right here. Trying to click off the fastest laps they can. That way when this front crew, and I'm kind of glancing back to the front crew every once in a while because I want to see when these first 7 cars hit pit road. They are 35 seconds ahead of the 8th place car, the 96 of Jesse Bunnell. So I want to see How many laps they can stay out, I probably should have paid attention to it before, but it seemed like when we get to the end of a green flag run, we get a caution. So, in my defense, I don't even think we had a green flag stop before that. But this group of drivers is all in line too, and I'd say since they all got about the same laps on this run, that they're probably going to pit together, would be my guess. So they are lined up here. That led, of course, by the 9 car of Adam Matz, Ray Polking, second place in the 46, Jerry Cochran the third, 72 third place. Rafael Rodriguez, he's in that picture, that green and black 80 car. We'll have to see how our stream's doing. Very few drop frames, so good stream here tonight. Hopefully. So there, some of these guys are 25 laps into this run in this top 7 here. How long can the fuel hold out at Talladega? Talladega is definitely a big track, 6 miles. Something like that. So definitely a big track here. And they're going to keep it out one more lap right here. So they're not ready for pit road yet. We're going to get back to the next 4 cars. That's going to be 8th place, 96 car, Jesse Bonnell. Steve Yenish, Johnny Avila, and Jeff Yenish here. That's your 4 cars. And back behind them is going to be the 12 car Cody Williams. He's going to have the Hunter, or the 7 car Hunter Waters in tow. And the 11 car right here, Tyler Seville. Then you got a group of cars here with the leaders. That's going to be Richard Fletcher, Richard Holland. Glenn Baldwin is kind of off pace of all these cars. Meanwhile, back to the front, and once again not pitting. So these cars up here, the first 7, are clearly on a different strategy. Some of these cars now are 27 laps on this tank of fuel. So they must have pitted later than the other guys did. We've seen close to half of them go to pit road early. Probably over half, as we had 7 stay out here. Not a little bit of too wide. You got a few cars up there on the top. 90 car, and they're going to hold her out another lap here. So they're not ready to come to pit road yet. See the 90, 43, 31. Those 3 cars are working together at the top. And I know the 43 and the 31 are scored a lap down right here, as well as the 55, and the 55 doesn't have a drafting partner. Then you see 21, Todd Chase, 23 of Todd Chase. He's out here in the 2 laps down in the 18th spot. And then you got back to this group of drivers right here. That's the lead group. They're going to keep her out another lap, so they're not ready to come to pit road yet. And the first car that pitted 10 laps ago, Jesse Bonnell in the 96 car. He was the first of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, probably 12 cars that pitted. Got a lead change up front. The 90 car, Kyle Bremier, taking the lead. So he's going to take the 90 car to the front with 19 laps to go. Oh, we're getting down to the nitty-gritty now. 19 to go right here. I'll tell you, that driver helping him was a lap down, but he's going to look underneath him here and try to get his lap back the hard way. That's the 31 of Richard Holland. Maybe he can get some help, and maybe he can unlap himself here. But he'll get it back when these drivers head to pit road. And the 90 is one of them that I don't know what their fuel level is, though. So a guy can't just make assumptions. Again, I don't know what their fuel percentages are. If it's 100% fuel, if they run 60, 65, 70, I don't know. In which case, we never seen a full green flag run before, so I don't know how far it is. But I assure you, there's 7 drivers out there on the track right now, and they're going to show me, here they come, pit road. Some of them stayed out. Justin Gann, pit road, 93, Patrick DeSalinier. We're going to watch that as they come on the pit road. There we go. A little bit bigger picture of it. Right now watching DeSalinier in the 93. And there they go. They're going to grab fuel, jump out on the racetrack, and we're going to have to see, is that the 21 in front of him? Yes, it is. And I believe that's going to be Todd Cray in the 21 car. So he's not on the same lap, but doesn't mean he can't help a teammate or a friend out there. Up front is going to change around a little bit, so we'll have to see how it shakes out so you can see where your favorite drivers went to. Or all right. Nation, who peed on your cornflakes? What's up, Nation? See how good of a job you did on the overlays, by the way? We're getting down 16 laps to go here. Only slowed by 3 caution flags. Rafael Rodriguez in the 80 car being scored the leader. Kyle Bromer back in second. It's going to put Steve Yenish in the 27 third. And then the 89 car right there, Jeff Yenish. I believe the 96 car's in that group too here. Right there's your driver of the 96. Jesse Bunnell. So Bunnell in the top 4 right here, top 5. Got Rodriguez. 90 car Bromer. I don't see the 90. Is the 90 even up there still? Yep, 90's right there. I don't know if he's with those guys, though. Yeah, he's definitely running a smart race. I believe there's a few of these drivers that will still come to pit road. They didn't pit when the other guys did. That's going to be the 80 car and the, looks like the 90 cars. So the 80 and the 90. That's your top 2 right now. And they're 34 seconds ahead of the rest of these guys. The 31 car up there in the group, lap down. 43 car, also another one that's at least a lap down. And then you got the 90 car right there. That's the second place car. So your top 2 have not been to pit road in the last 34 laps. Those last group of cars I seen pit, the fact that they pitted when they were on about the same run as these 2 cars that stayed out is because I'm assuming they could make it on fuel. So I'm not going to say that these guys are going to be able to make it all the way, but that would just be my guess, that they can't make it all the way. If they did, you might just color me shocked. I don't know. So that's your top 2 right there with a couple of lap cars. And I guess it might be the third place car. Cody Williams. Yes, Cody Williams is the first one that has pitted now. So he's only got 17 laps on his tires and purely enough fuel to make it to the end. And he's scored in the third position. He's got Hunter Waters right there in the 7, back and forth. 63 car, Johnny Avila. 11 car, Tyler Seville. And there's your driver of the 96 car, Jesse Bonnell. And then the 27 car, Steve Yenish. And the 89 car, Jeff Yenish. So these cars have all been to pit road. I think they can make it the rest of the way on fuel. Your top two up by about 34 seconds have not. And that'll start with the leader, the 80 car, Rafael Rodriguez. 11 laps to go. I'm sorry. Corrected right there by iRacing scoring. So 11 laps to go. At Talladega with the American SimRacing League. Kitty Cat Coin Elite Series here. Round number 8. Awesome race so far. We had a couple of quick cautions, a regular, what appeared to be a regular break in the race. And then it's been all green flag racing for the entire second half so far. It's like we got everything out of the way early, and then halftime came, and we came back for green flag racing. We need the 31 to get back on the lead lap. That's Richard Holland, driver of the 31 car. Holland all over the bumper of the leader right now. And when and if the leader goes to pit road, that would put Richard Holland back on the lead lap. So that would be what puts the 31 back on the lead lap. So I don't know how far they can go on fuel. I know they're 38 laps into the run right now. And here comes the 80 to pit road. And the 90's right behind him. So Richard Holland will get his lap back right here in the 31 car. And I'm pretty sure this driver right here, the leader of this pack, that's the 12 car of Cody Williams. I believe he's going to take over the top spot since your top two went to pit road. And we're going to have a brand new leader when we come around to the start-finish line. So once again, thank you for joining in. Make sure you don't go anywhere because we got less than 10 to go when they hit the line right here. At Talladega Super Speedway, 90 cars going to leave pit road. Your leader, Cody Williams, just like I said, in the 12th car. So 9 laps to go, and fuel is no longer an issue for any one of these drivers out here. So look at your top 10 on the left as it resets, and we're going to go through them. With 9 laps to go, your leader's Cody Williams in the 12. Second place is going to be Hunter Waters in the 7. Back in third, you're going to find the 63 of Johnny Avila. In fourth is going to be the number 11 car, Tyler Seville. And your top 5 is going to be the 96 of Jesse Bonnell. So they're going to round out the top 5. Go to 6th, you'll find the 27 of Steve Yenish. And then the 89 of Jeff Yenish back in 7th. But what is important about this is your top 7 cars are in a group by themselves. So possibly any one of these 7 with 8 to go could win this thing. It is 5 seconds back here to the 9 car of Adam Matz. And he is in the 8th position. And then you go back to 9th. He's got Justin Gann. In 10th is going to be Patrick DeSalinier in the 93. Back in 11th, you'll see Jerry Cochran in the 72. And these drivers are 5.2 seconds behind that first group of cars. With 8 laps to go, that's a lot of time to make up boys and girls. Not quite a second on the lap, but it's quite a bit for sure. 7 to go right now, and the lead is, it went down to 4.9, so don't get me wrong, they made up a little time, but they're going to have to make up a lot more than that. I think as long as the leaders stay hooked up right here, you can see where the second pack's back, and we're going to take a look at a little wider view here. So here's your first group of cars. That's your first group of drivers. You see them here. Let's see if we can get a good camera view where the second group's at. Right there. You're seeing it come into the screen a little bit, and I think we'll see it more right here. I don't know. 6 laps. Can they get up there? That's the question. I don't know. You tell me in the chat, because I really don't know. I mean, I don't know if they can make up that kind of time. 5 seconds seems like a pretty tall order. It had went down to 4.9, but now it's up to 5.3. Back to the 9-car Adam Matz. And I'll tell you, the first time they go 2x2, and it looks like the lead group just did it. So let's get back to the front here and see who's too wide. They were too wide momentarily, but it looked like they got her straightened out again. Now it's the Yenish, 2 Yenish cars, the 27 and the 89. That's going to be Steve and Jeff. So maybe those two are going to look to get hooked up right there on the top side, and that's going to pull the draft away from the 96 car of Jesse Bunnell, and he's going to fall in line behind those two. So that's going to move Jesse back to 7th position. And you have to almost feel like the 12th car up there, Cody Williams, might be a sitting duck right now. This may be Cody's first race with these drivers here too, so first race out here with 4 to go, leading the thing. Man, you ain't doing nothing wrong there. He's got Waters, though. Hunter Waters in that 7 car working that back bumper a little bit. Right behind Hunter Waters, you'll see the 63, Johnny Avila. And now we got him too wide back there again, and I'm betting that's going to be the 27 car on that outside line. 96 going to pull up to the bumper of the inside line, though. So Jesse Bunnell trying to get back in the top 5 there, and he's going to do it. 4 to go, going to be 3 to go when they cross the line. Who's going to be the first one of the cars up front to step out? Or can those cars back there at the back of this pack, you know, this lead draft here, can those cars get a run? That's going to be the question, because you go back here to 9th where Matz is at in the 9. They're still in line, but they're in line nearly 6 seconds behind the lead pack right here. And we see the 27 and 89 just trying to get a run. You know, trying to hook 2 cars up on the high side and get a run, and it's costing them. They're now losing a little bit of ground to those first 4 cars, so you got to be careful doing that. And I seen smoke on a car to the bottom, but we're going to stay green right here. There's going to be 2 to go when we get to the line, so there was definitely smoke in a car on the bottom. And that's the 21 car, Todd Cray. So he's going to bring it to pit road. No harm, no foul, and out of the way. Hunter Waters in the 7-0, really pushing on that 12 car right now. Now he's going to lay back a little bit. Is he going to go for a run with 2 to go? And if you pull the trigger at 2 to go, is it too soon? We're going to find out. Nation's got a vote in there for the 12 car. I think you might know who that driver is there, Nation. Oh, now we got the 27 and 89 hooked up on the top. 7 fishing around. It's going to be white flag. 1 lap to go once they cross that line. It's way around here at Talladega, but they crossed it. White flag is out. Last lap at Talladega with the American Sim Racing League. Kitty Cat Coin Elite Series. Round number 8, Talladega here. Cody Williams still hanging on to the lead down the back straightaway for the final time. Look at that. Hunter Waters is going to step out with the 7 car. And now the race is on, literally. Hunter Waters has Johnny Avila on the bumper. You see Avila working the back of the 7 car coming out of turn 4. Oh, we got a wreck behind them. Top 4 cars are going to stay on the gas. Now the 63 is going to bounce out, but it's going to be a little too late. And the number 7, Hunter Waters, will win round 8 at Talladega here for the American Sim Racing League's Kitty Cat Coin Elite Series. We're going to go through. You can see your top 5 on the left, but we'll go through the finishing position. Man, we had a couple of cars get together. I'm not sure who that was. But it may or may not have bent some guys up. We're going to back up and take a look at that, and then we're going to get back to the guy burning it down. So one more time, we'll back up and look at it one more time. You see the 27 going through the dirt. But there was certainly some contact back here. Let's see who it affects. The 27 and 89's back here. Ooh, 96 hard in the outside wall. So I hate that for you guys. I hate that for the 96 and his fans. Well, let's get back here to the race winner. He's going to go side by side with a car, and you see 3 of them getting together there. That might be teammates. You see Johnny Avila in the 63. And Hunter Waters here in the 7 car. Burn it down, buddy. You earned it. We're going to get top 3 in here for an interview. So I don't know if they got a staging room over here in the Discord or what. I'm going to have to check it out. They have an infield care center. Some of those guys might need that after the finish. I'm not sure, but they have an infield care center. So we're going to get the top 3 drivers. That's going to be, of course, your race winner, Hunter Waters. Johnny Avila in the 63. Bringing it home P2, and he's going to burn them down. The 11 of Tyler Seville. That's your top 3 drivers that can get an interview here tonight in the WFO Racing Network's broadcast booth for the American Sim Racing League and the Kitty Cat Coin Elite Series. We do want to thank all of you who've tuned in. Stick with us, so we got those interviews coming up. You might hear your favorite driver. Those top 3 cars, they're all burning it down here. That's what we call celebration. Well, we'll wait for them to quit celebrating a little bit. We'll get our interviews done. We're going to switch over to top 5 on the finishing screen. And it looks like they're parked now, so let's see if I can move that. I don't know if they let me move people here or not, but we'll try it. Oh, we got one of them up there. There we go. So. Hunter Waters, Vern Bradley up in the broadcast booth. You got a copy, buddy?
I hear you loud and clear, Vern.
Man, I'll tell you what, it looked like a little bit different pit strategy for some people. So a little bit, some people had a little more fuel, a little less fuel than others. But what was your strategy there? Tell us what yours was.
Well, we've had some success pitting early whenever kind of that fuel window first opens on super speedway events. It seems like whenever you're able to kind of have a smaller pack that can keep it clean, kind of push, going through it all, you can get some time, and that's what we tried to go for there and just hope for no yellows. And it ended up working out. We got a little bit separated from our pack. We were in a group of 4 and 3 instead of the group of 7, but then we got it back together and ended up being able to make it work.
Well, that is awesome, and it looked like you were able to make it work there. I think my first next question will be: is the 63 and 11 teammates of yours?
Yes, they are. Is it a little obvious there?
Yeah, well, I seen the celebration at the end. Everybody viewing did, and I was thinking, I think that teammates just all finished in the top three right here.
Yeah, Tyler the 11 and Johnny the 63. Johnny's locked in to the championship round, and I was with a win. I'm able to do that, so that was something we kind of were talking about. Restrictor plates are definitely a place I enjoy a little bit more, so maybe I would have had a bigger chance of some success here, which ended up working out. But yeah, I got to definitely shout out Tyler and Johnny, and as well as the 96 Jesse Bennell. Just a good team effort tonight, kind of putting a strategy together, knowing what we want to do from the beginning, being committed to it is really the big thing.
Absolutely, and when you say that you're locked in, is that to the round of four?
Yes, that is, yeah, to the
So that'll be
championship
the
round of four at Phoenix.
Final Fort Phoenix. Man, awesome job, Hunter. Congratulations on doing that. I mean, everybody knows how tough that is. It's not an easy thing to do, and winning at Talladega and Daytona is not easy either.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm ecstatic with the win. My second one of the season. Not normally a guy who finds victory lane all that often, so I'm definitely happy. Just happy to be in the championship for my first appearance in it. So just do what I can and enjoy the ride.
And it looked like that you waited when you were around behind the 12 there. It looked like you waited till just the right time before you made your move to go around him towards the end.
Yeah, the Yenish brothers, Steve and Jeff, both in playoff contention and everything. We knew that, they're always strong regardless. We pitted with them, and I didn't know, they had tried to get a couple runs going, and we were kind of watching it, just wanting to make sure that they weren't going to have too much juice kind of coming to the end there. So I just tried to push the 12 out as far out front as I could, back it up to the 63 a little bit, and then us just taking on the outside. I mean, that's kind of the thing with this draft package is unfortunately, I believe it was Cody Williams, the 12. He never really had much of a chance if nobody was going to go with him. That's just the name of the game with this, the nature of the beast.
Yeah, if you don't have help, it's probably going to be the end of your run, more than likely.
Yeah, absolutely. But Cody did a great job. I was pushing the crap out of him trying to catch the guys in front of us, and he was able to not. I didn't give him too much of an issue smacking his back bumper. So I'm glad that we were able to get some good time, and he came home fourth. So hopefully that's still a good finish.
Yeah, it's definitely nothing to hang your head about. But yeah, I didn't know what the teams are over here. I really didn't take a look at that, and being new, obviously, to the American Sim Racing League on the first
Mhm.
broadcast for me. I didn't realize that you three were teammates, so I was excited as the fans. I didn't know who was hooking up with who at the end.
Yeah, well, honestly, Tyler with the cutoff situation, he was in a position where if he had a chance to try to win it, he was going to because he as well would like to, if he wins, he's locked into, and I know he was not in a great points position before the race in terms of the cutoff. He was below it, so just you never really do know for sure, but that's just commitment level of the team and everybody having one another's backs, and that's just kind of goes to speak towards the attitude of this league in general. It's a pretty well kept group of people who like the healthy competition.
There you go. That's awesome. And once again, Hunter, congratulations on your win here. Do you have anyone you want to thank while we got you in the booth, buddy?
Yeah, shout out to you, Vern. I appreciate you coming on board. I'm really, really excited, of course, to watch this one back. No doubt about that. Got to shout out all the admins, Adam, Patrick, Jeff, myself. I hope that everybody's enjoying the league and wrapping up this season, going into the next one. I hope that everybody's just enjoying that. Shout out to Kitty Cat Coin. Shout out to Lost Chevrolet Buick, of course, Hunter's Fried Pickles, and to shout out to AW Racing, Johnny, Tyler, and Jesse, and helping me get this win tonight.
Well, that's awesome, man. And I tell you, I played a lone wolf in the booth tonight. I didn't have any help. I'll have help next week, but didn't have any this week. So had to lone wolf it, but hopefully you enjoy the broadcast when you rewatch it. And, man, you won't be able to watch your 7 car go across that finish line first enough, I promise you.
Yeah, it doesn't matter who's talking on this one. I'll be more than happy to watch it, but I'll appreciate hearing your voice, Vern. And like I say, we'll look forward to the partnership moving forward.
Thank you, Hunter. Look forward to getting you in the booth again maybe next week or the week after. Who knows? Maybe the
Let's
championship at Phoenix.
Hey, let's hope for it. Let's hope that this is the first of many conversations between you and myself.
That sounds good, and awesome to talk to you, Hunter. Thanks,
Yep,
buddy.
thank you, Vern.
So that's your race winner, Hunter Waters, driver of the 7 car. So we're going to find what I now know to be his teammate. And thanks to Mark Creighton, I know how to pronounce his name. So let's see if we get all that right when we bring Johnny Avila. All right, so I'm figuring it out here. Johnny Avila, this is Vern Bradley in the broadcast booth. You got a copy?
I hear you loud and clear.
Did I say your last name right?
Avila.
Avila. All right. Mark Creighton on YouTube taught me that because I'm pretty sure I was doing it wrong.
I've heard my last name said so many different ways. I kind of just like to hear the unique spins everybody's got.
Well, I warned everyone, but at the beginning that I butcher names when I don't know them. But once I get corrected, I usually get it right after that. So we got you.
Damn right.
We got you covered now, buddy. You had them covered pretty good on the racetrack, though.
Yeah, it was a great race. I gotta thank all my teammates, though. The one thing I will say about running with these guys is the egos kind of get pushed aside, and working together and the team first is definitely the mentality.
Well, I mean, it's not easy being able to get 3 team drivers, 1, 2, and 3 right here. So tell us a little bit. Being on that team that finished top 3, tell us a little bit of what the work was like to do that here.
Honestly, after pit stops, it was a lot of communication and just managing temps on how tight we could run as a group so that the big pack didn't catch us. So like watching the relatives, how hard to push and all that stuff, because
Gotcha.
Just wanted to keep that gap because Hunter and Tyler are fighting to get into the final 4. Luckily, I'm already locked in, so I just tried to do whatever I could to help my teammates out.
So you got 2 on your and what is the team name, Johnny? Let's
AW Motorsports.
AW Motorsports. So 2 of the AW Motorsports drivers are locked into the final 4, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hunter locked in tonight, and obviously you're locked in, so you're the first 2 locked in.
Yep.
That is awesome.
Tyler is really good with his tires and Homestead, so next week is shaping up good for him, hopefully.
And my next question is, we had a couple of relatively quick cautions in the race here. And then I think the third one was maybe a break, like a midway break. Is that right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was just a stage caution.
So did all the green flag racing for the whole second half of that race, did it kind of shape a strategy for you or change a strategy you guys might have had or what?
We had a strategy in mind, and the way the green flag run worked out, it just so happened to work really well to where we could get some separation, and getting in and out of pit road was the biggest part of that plan.
Yeah, being able to land in that first group of cars, because I noticed that once I got back behind like 7th place, it was 5 seconds back to the second group.
Yeah. It's just the way the drafting is. If you have people racing each other side by side, it just slows you all down. So I'd say iRacing got this draft package pretty accurate to like some of the plate racing we've seen in the past where the single file line just pulls the 2 pack.
Yeah, and it did look like 2 cars could, and it didn't look like they could always do it, but it looked like 2 cars could get together and really push.
Oh yeah, definitely. The biggest thing though was your temps, so you had to time it so you didn't blow up.
Gotcha. I figured temps might be an issue there.
Yeah. If this engine was able to stay cooler a little bit longer, those Yenishes would have been able to pull a hell of a run on us near the end.
Yeah, it looked like they were trying to get hooked up there, and I'd watched a couple of cars earlier in the race be able to hook up and go, so I wondered if that might be the case when they hooked up in the back there.
The biggest thing, though, is the 4 of us on the inside are all part of a team, so it's like they were fighting an uphill battle.
Gotcha. that makes perfect sense. So
yeah, it feels good when 4 of the 7 cars are all talking with each other.
That it definitely helps, that's for sure. Johnny, do you have anyone you want to thank while we got you in the broadcast booth, buddy?
Well, like I said, I gotta thank all my teammates, Hunter, Tyler, Jesse. They did great all race. Everybody working together. I'm really proud to be part of this group. Also got to thank all the admins that put this league together. There's a lot of work behind the scenes that people may not see, but I've been with this league since they started it, and it's good to see how it's grown.
There
And
you go.
got to also thank Todd for making my paint for me.
Awesome, man, and congratulations on a top 2 here, being locked into the Final 4 at Phoenix. So you're going to be racing for a championship.
Mm-hmm.
And who knows, 4 drivers on the team, you may be running against your teammates for it by the time it's over, Johnny.
I don't know how friendly we'll be then, though.
So team orders might fall apart in Phoenix. Is that what I'm hearing here?
Hey, if all you're doing is racing each other, you might as well put on a good show.
That's
all
right.
I'll say.
Well, I think all the fans and definitely me in the broadcast booth would appreciate you guys putting on a good race.
Oh, yeah.
Johnny, thanks, man, and I look forward to having you in the booth some more before the season's out.
Thank you very much.
So that's Johnny Avila in the number 63 car, bringing it home P2. And now I'm going to find a driver of the 11, and I'm going to have to back up my broadcast a little bit and see if we can find him on the track. Yeah, we see him back here burning it down together, so we'll pause it right there. 11 car is going to be on the right. Tyler Seville, Vern Bradley in the broadcast booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
And Tyler, the driver of the number 11 car, bringing it home in the top 3 here. And I found out it was a team effort, Tyler.
Yeah, and I'm going to take credit for our strategy of pitting when we did too. We've done that a couple of times in some of these races, and it worked out again tonight.
It definitely did. And I'm glad I found the guy that, come up with the strategy. When exactly in the race did you put that strategy together? When did you put that in play?
It was when we started that last green flag run. I just proposed a question. I was like, hey, do we want to wait until we're right in our window and then pit? Because when you're in a big pack like that, there's all the time a lot of checking up. And since you're able to pit here and not lose a lap, we figured we could do that. And if we had a pack of more than 3 cars, that we would be able to maintain and even pull away from the lead pack there, and that's what happened.
Gotcha. Do you remember how many cars pitted with you when you guys did that strategy there?
It was 5 of us in our Discord and the Yenishes. I know Richard lost our pack and the 12 car. So there would have been
9.
8, yeah, 9
or 9
cars there.
Yep.
But with Fletcher losing the draft, it ended up being, I think, 8. And then we were split up there for a little bit, but we were able to get back together and then really make some good lap times there towards the end.
Yeah, and your teammates are the 7, the 63, and the 96. Is that correct?
Yes, and then Richard Fletcher in the 43 runs with us.
Okay,
too.
so the 43 of Fletcher. So there's 5 cars.
Yes, usually.
Gotcha. Okay. I'm learning, so I'm just doing it as I go, and I might ask you questions that you think, well, what's this relevant? But that's why, just so I can learn a little bit. Tyler, tell us about your race, though. I mean, from your perspective. I don't want to talk about the team. I want to talk about the driver of the 11. What would the 11 had to do differently to be ahead of the 2 teammates at the end?
Just have beaten them off a pit road. We kind of came in, not to talk about the team too much, but Hunter and I were below the cut line in the playoffs. Johnny was already locked in, so the goal was to just one of us get to victory lane. Thankfully, I was able to go up and win stage 1, so I maxed out points there because I think I was 19 below the cut line coming in since I missed last week.
Right.
So the goal was to just survive. And then when that strategy happened, I'm like, hey, then if we're all running 1, 2, 3, 4 coming to the white flag, then it's kind of all for each other, and whoever gets there gets there. But yeah, super thankful I was able to get to 3rd coming to the line.
Yeah, and you can mention the team anytime you want. It's just me. I can't keep beating that drum. I got to talk about the driver that finished third too, Tyler.
Oh yeah.
But a top three here, and you've got now two teammates, the two teammates that finished in front of you, they're now locked in the top four. So now we need to see the 11 car try to lock himself in. Where's your best shot at that?
It's probably going to be next week at Homestead, because so Hunter and I joked that this would be his best chance and next week will be my best chance, because it seems the tracks that eat up your tires are the tracks I tend to excel at. So I was just hoping to have a good points day, and I think I did. So we'll see when the points get updated that I might be able to point my way in versus having to win. But I'm definitely going to be coming to Homestead locked and loaded and ready to try to get in the victory lane.
So if you're in the bottom four, and what I'm seeing on the website now, if you're in the bottom four, then Homestead's your last chance to lock in, and that'll probably
Correct.
lock in one of the bottom four. If they won the race, they would automatically lock, and then the highest in points after that, right?
Correct.
Gotcha.
Yep. Next week's the cutoff race before the finale.
Yep. So Homestead, it's awesome to see you have confidence headed into there. That's awesome for a driver to do, and that I look forward to having you in the booth again next week too, Tyler. You got that confidence, we'll get you back up here.
Yeah, that's the plan. Just the first interview and not the third one, hopefully.
So if you end up with three cars, let's say, in the final four at Phoenix, how's the team orders going to work at that race?
There probably will be no team orders. I don't know that any one of us are any better than the other one there. I know it's not my favorite racetrack, so for me, the kind of goal is to just at least get there, and then we'll see what happens. But either way, if I don't make it, then I'll be there to help practice, to help Johnny and Hunter, and hopefully one of them can win the whole thing if I can't.
Absolutely, yeah, and that's what teammates are about right there. I mean, if you don't make it, just do everything you can to help the guys that did, right?
Yep, absolutely.
So, Tyler, do you have anyone you want to thank while we got you in the broadcast booth here?
I'll shout out my teammates. Hunter, Johnny, Jesse, and then Richard Fletcher was with us today. And then shout out, I got breast cancer awareness on the hood of the car. So yeah, that's it. Good run for AW Racing, 1, 2, 3, and it would have been 1, 2, 3, 4 had Jesse not gotten wrecked, I'm sure.
I think you're absolutely correct on that too. Well, I mean, the 96 car caught my attention. He had some fans on the YouTube chat, number one, and he for a while of the cars that pitted, he led that group for a little bit. So, and he's been running up, he started towards the back, run up towards the front, and he's had a solid race, as have all four of your cars, actually. I mean, you've all four had a solid race, and obviously it was the pit strategy that got you guys out there in that position in that first pack, and it worked out for you, Tyler. So congratulations on that, buddy.
Right, thank you, sir.
And the top three finish, I look forward to talking to you after Homestead next week, and hopefully you can go there and lock yourself in at Phoenix, and 3 out of 4 you guys can race for it.
Yep, that's the plan.
I look forward to it. It's awesome to be over here, and man, just really good to meet you tonight in here, and look forward to talking to you more.
Yep, sounds good. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Tyler. Have a good night, buddy.
You too.
Tyler Seville, driver of the 11. He's going to round out the top three finishers interview at Talladega Super Speedway. And I am going to, I guess, remove that from the screen. I'm going to pull up the results right here and go through the results for you real quick. So your winner, once again, we interviewed him. That's the number 7 of Hunter Waters, finishing second here tonight. Is going to be the 63 of Johnny Avila. Third, another driver we interviewed and just interviewed, actually. That's the 11 of Tyler Seville back in fourth. New driver here, but I know him. I know who he is. 12 of Cody Williams. Coming in fifth, the 89 of Jeff Yenish. And in sixth was the 27 of Steve Yenish. So finishing 7th here is going to be the 96 of Jesse Bunnell. And back in 8th will be the 30 of Justin Gann. In 9th, we're going to have the 93 of Patrick DeSalinier. And in 10th, we've got the 9 car of Adam Matz. So let's flip the page here to the 11th position. You'll see the 72 of Jerry Cochran III. Back in 12th is going to be the number 46 of Ray Polke. In 13th was the 90 of Kyle Bramier. And in 14th was the number 31 of Richard Holland. Finishing 15th tonight, the 80 of Rafael Rodriguez. And back in 16th, we had the 43 of Richard Fletcher. In 17th was the 23 of Todd Chase. And in 18th was the 19 of Dwayne Hunt. Back in 19th, the 55 of Glenn Baldwin. And in 20th was the 21 of Todd Cray. 21st was the 84 of Cody Blackmore. And in 22nd, the 33 of Mark Jenkins. So 22 cars took the green flag here at Talladega Superspeedway for the round of 8. We have one more race before we lock in that final 4 for Phoenix to finish off the season over here at the American SimRacing League in the Kitty Cat Coin Elite Series. And I'm your main commentator, heck, the Lone Wolf, the only commentator in the booth tonight at the WFO Racing Network. I'm Vern Bradley. And I want to thank you for tuning in. Make sure you give us a like, comment, subscribe, and hit the little bell when you want to know, if you want to know when we're live with the Kitty Cat Coin Elite Series. So that's the way that you do it. Thank you for tuning in on this awesome Sunday night. And I'll see all of you next Sunday night when we go to Homestead Miami Speedway. So we're going to see 2 drivers fight to lock in at Homestead. Make sure that you're viewing it. Again, thanks for the comments in there. Great conversation in the chat tonight, and I'll see you next week. Have a great night.